C3 says the number of times Jeffrey Epstein visited Clinton White House was 17. Trump White House, 0. The media and Democrats left this out.
But he was...
Sirs, can you guess why that is?
Because he was under investigation or in prison the whole fucking time, because the sweetheart deal was in 2017!
Yeah.
Fucking,
and then he died in 2019.
Yeah, like, of course he didn't visit the White House during that time. He was in jail or dead. Also, my dog's
Also, in 2017, he went to Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving.
Also, be right back. Dogs are doing the bark.
Dogs are doing the bark. It's not 10 o'clock yet. They still got 10 minutes. Fuck the dogs. Did you have that clip with the mega dude? Yeah, it's on his channel. I saw it on YouTube. His YouTube channel. FedEx says, no, do not. Staff, your services are needed. Yeah, no, it's on his YouTube channel, which I'm not sure if it's NekoSurisLIVE or just NekoSuris. I used to go out of my way to make sure the tag worked on the YouTube stream. But then the service was like, oh, no, you always tag me in the wrong channel anyway. And so I'm like, okay, well, fuck that then. Oh, Epstein was going to be part of the cabinet until he was sentenced? Was that a thing? Epstein was under consideration for Trump's cabinet? I mean, I shouldn't really be surprised, but that's nasty. Fennec's neighbor's dog has been losing their shit for the last couple of weeks for some reason. My neighbor's dog is called Sparky.
So Saki told me to die.
Dog. Okay, what'd you do?
She had mouth surgery to get a tooth removed on Monday. She can't have solid food, and I just walked in with a fresh pizza.
I mean, looks like you're not going to Blowtown tonight for a number of different reasons.
That already wasn't happen. You're correct. Also, thank you again, Sake Sanuki. I'm gonna have a slice.
I would like to draw your attention to Stoff's message in the chat that is currently highlighted on my stream.
Yeah, I've been reading it for the last 30 seconds, and I wish I wasn't.
Yeah. So you have that to look forward to.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is one of those things where, like, Clinton, how many terms did Clinton get? Two? Yeah, so he was 8 years in the White House. Epstein visited 17 times. Trump was in the White House for all of 1 year before Epstein went to prison. So, like,
Also, just...
I don't really think that's comparable.
I'm also just going to throw this out there.
Fuck Bill Clinton?
Fuck the Democrats, too. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and try to defend Bill Clinton.
That's the thing. Like, anytime I see somebody posting about how, like, oh, well, they say it's going to take Clinton down, well, fuck Bill Clinton. I'm like, okay, but are people really saying that as though that's going to be a hill that we're going to die on?
Yeah, like,
and then I go to Twitter and all the conservatives. Yeah, but, like, I've been seeing that on Blue Sky, and it's a thing like, is anyone actually saying this, or is this just what the people on the left are saying that the people on the right are saying? But then I go to Twitter to collect tweets, and you get stuff like this, where it's like, okay, fuck Bill Clinton. Send him to jail if he needs to go to jail. Investigate that motherfucker.
Yeah, like, I am... Like,
why would that make a difference?
I am not so married to any Democratic politician of any variety, color, or stripe that I would not just as quickly throw them into a blender if I found out that they had been engaging in heinous shit. I don't care if it's AOC, I don't care if it's Bernie, I don't care who the hell it is. If you are a person who has been engaged in these activities, then you are a person that I do not want running the country, and I would faster see you behind bars.
Do you remember how quickly Al Franken got dumped? And, like, the thing that came out with him was, like, he took a picture of someone who was asleep with his hand hovering over her breast. Didn't touch her, just hovering. And because of that picture, he resigned in disgrace. He was pushed out, and we were like, no, fuck you, we don't want anything to do with that sort of behavior.
As you do.
So to think that we would run defense for Bill fucking Clinton, like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, again, I think it's...
That also happened at a time when, like, Al Franken was actually being a useful Democrat at that time. And it was like, that was actually a painful blow to the Democratic Party when he left.
So
like, we are actually willing to do ourselves harm in the long run to be like, no, we will not tolerate this sort of bullshit.
To be fair, I will say this. I think the reason that the MAGA crowd generally operates that way is because the MAGA crowd is largely a cult of personality. It is. There's no real way around that definition.
But I mean, Cyrus, are you really one to talk? You are eating a cheese pizza as we talk. You know what cheese pizza means in the Q code, right?
There's a pepperoni pizza. Fuck off.
That's even worse.
Oh, you're right. It has the sausage in it. Bubba's sausage. But no. Because MAGA is a cult of personality, it makes sense that their angle of attack would be to go after the personalities within the Democratic Party as if any of us have our identities married to that. Because many people on the MAGA side do have their identities, for the time being, married to Donald Trump's personality. Not all Republicans, not all conservatives, but the MAGA crowd specifically, that is the hat that they hang when they go to bed at night.
Yeah. Moving on. J.D. Vance retweeted Jack Posobiec. Oh yeah, so this is from 2021 regarding the Epstein files. So Jack was talking about Ghislaine Maxwell having made a deal that her contacts never be made public.
Mm-hmm.
And J.D. Vance was like, what possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's clients secret? Oh. And it says, if you're a journalist and you're not asking questions about this case, you should be ashamed of yourself. What purpose do you even serve? I'm sure there's a middle-class teenager somewhere who could use some harassing right now, but maybe try to do your job once in a while. He seems to have changed his tune on this recently. Because this is from back in 2021. This is where, like, when the Democrats were in power, they were all like, yeah, investigate those motherfuckers. As soon as Trump gets power, they're like, nope. What Epstein files? It's a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. There was never anything there to begin with.
Yeah. Or you get the...
Trump has signed the Epstein bill, apparently. That'd be breaking news, because that would have... the Senate had only just voted on it shortly before we went live, I think.
I mean, it's breaking news that in the fact that it's recent, but it's not breaking news because we knew that was happening.
Yeah. Although I fully expect that whatever files get released are going to be heavily redacted because of the ongoing investigations.
Or we just won't see them at all because of ongoing investigations, because that's what happened with his taxes.
Yeah, but he never actually signed a bill saying that he would release his taxes. He just kept on saying, like, oh, yeah, no, I'll release them when I'm not under audit.
Yeah, but he's been under audit for so long now.
Yeah.
Dorito Dave says Bondi has already said
this thing into law that says that I must do it.
Bondi has said that she will not be releasing them because of investigations. So he can sign it, and it is all performative.
Yeah.
They're just going to do the ongoing investigation trick to prevent us from seeing what's in there.
Yeah. What purpose does JD serve? He keeps your couch cushions lubricated. Just going to let that sink in, like that deep, cushiony futon. Okay. Joey Manarino says, can someone show the picture of the reporter that Trump called Piggy so we can see if she truly looks like a pig or not? I don't have any issue with him calling a fat person a pig if they were really fat and piggy. Motherfucker, have you seen Donald Trump?
Yeah. It's a very don't throw stones from glass houses moment.
Like, he has absolutely no business commenting on anyone else's fucking appearance. Like, and I don't know. Ordinarily, I wouldn't comment on even Donald Trump's appearance. Because that's just like, who fucking cares? But they care. Trump cares. If you're not attractive, you're not worth listening to. But Trump's not attractive. He's a fat, overly spray-tan piece of shit.
I love this timeline, don't you?
No, I believe my thoughts on the matter not too long ago were something like, I don't want to live here anymore. I may have just left it at, I don't want to live anymore. The abyss is calling. It seems very attractive right now. Just sweet nothingness. Oh, I bet you children don't throw up in the abyss. Okay. I am not seriously considering that. If any of you all are concerned, I am purely joking. Also, have you seen Miss Piggy in a bikini? That frog is living the high life.
Jesus Christ.
I cannot say that I have ever felt any attraction to Miss Piggy in particular.
That frog is a fan of BBW.
Now, Robin Hood, though. It's a foxy fox. Anyway, moving on. Laura Loomer says, I'm going to say it. The GOP has a Nazi problem. And the more we pretend like we don't, the worse it's going to get. We do. Don't tell me we don't. So that's Laura Loomer as of November 18th. Laura Loomer, as of October 27, 2024, was just spotted an Israeli flag at the Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden. These Nazis aren't really doing a good job at this whole Nazi thing.
She is such a fucking idiot.
So it's like, yeah, you be dismissive of the Nazi things, and then the Nazis get a stronger foothold in your party. What did you think was going to happen?
Yep. That is how things function. Also, I'm seeing what's going on in the chat. I understand. I think that the right thing to do would be to let me have that conversation here in a bit, unless any of you are experts on ICE and their founding and how they operate. Because I'm not, but I'm willing to have that combo.
My chat is mostly just yelling at me for images I put in their heads.
Yeah, no. So mine, 15 Watcher said that there's some of us that are not pro-Trump. We just wanted solutions to stuff that Kamala and Biden were not doing. And the example that they gave was on illegal immigration. And so when asked if they were pro-ICE, they said they are pro-ICE. That is another 20-minute conversation that I am more than willing to have.
ICE are the brown shirts.
They are the modern day.
You don't need a 20-minute conversation. They're the fucking brown shirts. You're Nazis. If you support the brown shirts, you're a Nazi.
Understandable. And I agree with you, obviously.
I'm sure Cersei is going to give it more nuance once our time together is done, but yeah, no, that's...
Is that just our dynamic for this? And just like, okay, hold on, there's some layers here, and you're just like, fuck the layers, burn the book.
I mean, sometimes you're like that. I know. It really depends on the issue.
It depends on the issue. It really does depend on the issue.
Yeah. Like, do you remember that time when it took you 1 week to go from trying to get me to stop advocating for political violence to you being like, just fucking bomb them?
To be fair, that was in response to Jesse Waters saying that he wanted to bomb the United Nations. That was me going, if those are the gloves you want to play with, then we can both play with those gloves. You are obfuscating some important bits of that story, sir.
It's... whatever. Fuck nuance. Who cares?
Oh my god.
Okay. Next tweet. Stephen Miller. Okay, so Senator Alyssa Slotkin posted a video that was a bunch of Congress people letting the military know that, like, hey, you actually have a duty to disobey illegal orders. You do not have to follow illegal orders. That was the entire message of the video. Don't follow illegal orders. Mm-hmm. Stephen Miller says Democrat lawmakers are now openly calling for insurrection. It's like, so that to me says that that's an admission that they are issuing illegal orders.
Yeah. You have to read the room. What you're responding to is as important as the words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody says that raping children is bad, and you begin your sentence with "but," my guy, no, I don't care the words that are coming out of your mouth next.
17 months. She was 17 years and 10 months old.
Why did it start at 17 months?
That is because I get confused with numbers and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, no, she was only 2 months away from being technically legal. It's like, okay, we draw the line there for lines need to be drawn. Yeah, they are a little bit on the arbitrary side, but like they need to be drawn somewhere. And honestly, I think they've been drawn too young. Like anyone over the age of 25 should not be able to sleep with anyone under the age of 25.
So if you're 26, you shouldn't have a 24-year-old girlfriend?
Correct.
All right, I can't wait to see how you Mont and Bailey this one.
I'm not going to. I stand by what I said.
Okay. I sure hope you're not familiar with birthdays and how they work. I sincerely hope you aren't.
You know what? I don't fucking care. Given all the issues that our society has with pedophiles being like, oh, well, technically it was legal. Like, no, just bump that age fucking up. And then it's like, oh, the 26-year-old had sex with a 24-year-old. That's technically illegal. Okay, that's a lot less bad than like the 26-year-old with the 18-year-old. So like, it's a way of making it so that they can still have their technically not that bad thing without it actually being literal children.
Congratulations, you have just described the entire...
I know, I just did the fucking Mott and Bailey thing.
The
Whatever,
entire...
fuck you.
Well, no. Mine was way funnier. Congratulations, you've described the barely legal porn category.
I hate that category.
Understandable. You also hate the step category that uses the exact same method.
I do hate the step category, but you can't escape the step category because everything is fucking step nowadays.
Yep.
I hate it.
One step away from being...
And I know why they do it too. They're by putting the step in there, it's not bad enough that people who aren't into it will click away, but it's just there enough that the people who are into it will be attracted by it. So it's like they're casting the net as wide as they can.
All right, I am gonna give pushback on one thing in the chat. All right, 15th Watcher. You are aware that there are people who have been in the United States legally and due to a clerical error have been shifted into the undocumented or illegal category. And it happens quite a bit. There's plenty of public lawyer cases about it.
There are people who have been sent to foreign prisons because of clerical errors. Due process is a thing, motherfucker. It's there for a reason.
Like, I'm sorry, but there's one thing that I'm not in any way, shape, and form, and it's pro-ICE. And one of the reasons is their methods are the methods that we would normally see used with the Gestapo. Their stated purpose is to protect people from a group of people that statistically do not do as much harm as homegrown United States citizens, and economically are even better for the economy than most United States citizens are. Like, they are an organization that exists to terrorize a population of people within the United States that, irrespective of whether they ought be here, are still living, breathing people who do not deserve to be terrorized, and there is not even a statistical argument that backs up engaging in the behaviors that ICE does. From a purely pragmatic point of view, divorcing them entirely from the heinous acts that they do, as an organization, they do not serve a purpose. Because somebody coming to
be abolished.
Somebody coming to America, legally or illegally, does not affect you. It does not affect me. It doesn't do anything for or against your day. So advocating for an organization that exists solely to make that group of people who are not going to do anything negative in regards to your day is a behavior that I would usually see from somebody who's far more sociopathic than you seem to be.
Like David Wood?
Like David Wood. It affects everybody? Not really. No, if the guy across the street happens to be illegal, it doesn't change anything about my life.
It makes beef prices cheaper. Like, having the immigrants there. And a conversation could be had where, like, we should not have our prices low because we rely on exploitation of people who have no legal recourse for anything. That is problematic as fuck. But it is a fact that a lot of the prices of groceries in the States are as low as they are because the farmers can rely on illegal immigrants to do the work for less money than someone with citizenship or immigration status would do the work for. It's exploitation. It's gross. But, like, if you want to just break it down to numbers and don't care about the people, then, yeah, it's good for the economy.
Also, their argument is it means more mouths to feed and welfare more thinly spread. So
they don't get welfare.
Yeah, they're not eligible for welfare.
And they pay taxes.
They're not eligible for welfare because they do not have social security numbers.
Get your head out of the Republicans' ass. Like, this is Republican propaganda.
It is, but
It's so easy. It's so easy to find out that shit is not true.
Generally speaking, illegal immigrants are not eligible for welfare benefits. So that is an argument that you should probably take out of your repertoire. In terms of it being more mouths to feed, what does that statement even mean? More mouths to feed only means something if you have a food scarcity problem. And if there is one thing the United States does not have, it is a food scarcity problem.
Well, they're about to, because they're scaring off all the people that pick the food.
Well, we are currently in an agricultural crisis because this is this is actually the California thing again, where California removed the felony penalty for giving somebody AIDS. and that actually lowered the amount of AIDS that was in the state. This is the same thing again. It turns out that if one of your arguments is going to be about food shortages, the mouths to feed argument is a food shortages argument, then you cannot follow it up with, let's remove the group of people that are currently working in the agricultural sector. Like, that does not work. If you want...
No.
You'd effectively be doing what the UK does with the NHS, where they go, the NHS doesn't work. I've also proposed a bill to defund the NHS so that it will work worse. Like, that's what we are seeing in the UK.
If you're worried about the mouths to feed, get rid of the billionaires. They don't contribute to society, and they take up a bunch of resources.
But if you bring that up, you are now putting us into another different tangential conversation that is... Rhino, please.
Yeah, well, I'm leading into what I'm hoping is going to be the next tweet.
Okay.
Oh, it was! Yes! Elon Musk says, become multiplanetary or die. That is the choice we face. To which my response is, yes, fucking launch all the billionaires into space and let them find their own planets.
Yeah.
I am perfectly happy for that. Like, fund that space program.
This is the Atlas Shrugged thing again. Just have them leave. And when you see that society operates exactly the same way as it did before...
Probably even a little better. As long as steps are taken so that, like, people can't just come in and accumulate that much wealth again.
I am seeing, do we execute jaywalkers? Huh? Hold on.
What?
Let's see here.
I mean, that depends. Are they in a boat headed for the United States and Caribbean waters? In that case,
15th
yes.
Watcher says they're still illegal and deserve to be punished. Why would somebody deserve to be punished?
For existing.
Also, they then pointed out the billionaires and the people who run the economy. This is the reason why I was saying I don't want to bring in yet another set of arguments on the rails. But, okay. On the argument of deserve to be punished, do you think that a person deserves to be punished for the crime of standing on dirt?
It depends on whose dirt it is.
Do you think that a crime needs a victim? That's probably a better way to ask this. Do you think that a crime needs a victim?
Yeah. So a lot of people that are illegally immigrating, they're not doing so, like, they're not doing so maliciously.
That's the
So
worst
like,
crime.
I shall move there and take up all their resources. They're doing that because they want a better life. They're coming from somewhere where they cannot have a good life. They uproot their family and they travel there, usually through great hardship, and then they have to live it, and they end up living lives that are very suboptimal compared to what they could be living if they were not illegal, because they like we said, they don't get the welfare, they don't qualify for any of the social support, but they still pay taxes into it. So yeah, it's like, oh god, am I frozen?
You are frozen, yes.
I am frozen. There we go.
Everything's unfrozen.
Okay. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so the people are coming here, they're looking for a better life, and they're putting themselves in a situation where they know they will not have the greatest life that is possible in that country, but it's better than what they are leaving. They are not doing it maliciously in order to take from other people. Is like there is no victim to this. If anything, they're contributing to the economy much more than they take out of it. So, like, even from a purely pragmatic, not even caring about people, just looking at the numbers situation, immigration, even illegal immigration, is a positive for the economy.
Yep. Like, the question needs to become, what is your goal? If your goal is to have a more stimulated, better functioning economy, then you want the immigration, illegal or otherwise. If your goal is to have safer people in the United States, you actually want the illegal immigrants here too, because statistically
they commit less crimes.
Statistically, they commit less crimes.
They're trying to keep their heads down.
Correct. If your goal is to have a country that is safer, the data points that way. If you want to have a country that has a better economy, the data points that way. So if we're going to have a solutions-oriented conversation about it, which is the kind of conversation I prefer to have, I am a pragmatist after all, the solution is to allow people to immigrate here legally or otherwise. The solution is to make the process easier.
Just saying, I don't like it because it's not legal. It's like, okay, well, why isn't it legal? Why is it illegal for a person to step from this side of an arbitrary line we drew on a map to this other side of an arbitrary line we drew on a map? This is the one spot where I kind of agree with libertarians.
Also, what I'm noticing, and I'm guys in chat, I really want you to understand that a person can act calm and collected and still be rage baiting you. Now, I don't know if that is what 15th Watcher is doing, but it is succeeding.
Also keep in mind that on our part, we are content creators. Getting all emotional and rage and stuff like that is good for engagement and stuff. So, like, it's not... Like, there is a certain degree of this that is... Like, you're talking to a guy in a giant rhino onesie because I hit a goal raising money for charity. Like, it's an engagement thing. So, like, we're not necessarily as mad as we are, like, making out to be. It's a performance. I'm an actor, y'all. My main... I'm sorry.
My main thing is going to be this. I think that conversation should be goals-oriented. If your goal is to change somebody's mind, lashing out at them, even if they deserve it. And I think being pro-ICE is something that people deserve to be lashed out for, because that is a decision that should be shamed. But ask yourself the question, if somebody were talking to you the way you are talking to them, would it change your mind? Or would it make you lash out back?
There's also the extra consideration for, like, again, we are content creators, so there's the extra consideration where we are probably not going to change this one specific person's mind, but someone that's on the fence that is watching this conversation might have their mind changed by that.
True.
So, like, our goal is not to change the mind of the person we are talking to in chat. It is to change the mind of the person who's watching, who might not be quite as strong in their opinions, but, like, they've listened to the propaganda and they are kind of falling for it. And then when they hear us call it propaganda and say how easy it is to find the actual truth, they're like, okay, maybe there is something to that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Right. And
anyway,
now
launch the billionaires into space is the point of this tweet.
Yep. Again, I also think there's an aspect of this that, like, because this is me talking to my chat specifically. If you want to change a person's mind on a topic, it behooves you to stay as close to that topic as humanly possible. So bringing in things that are perfectly valid arguments, like the genocide of the natives in the United States and in Canada. Things that you can feel very strongly about and be on the exact correct side of history about. Bringing them up doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it does not help.
As a white guy in North America, I'm the descendant of illegal immigrants.
It just in general, what it does is it provides more avenues for a person to gish gallop. They don't have to do the gish gallop themselves. You did it for them by providing the extra things that they can just throw a single soundbite that is incorrect about, and suddenly you're dealing with that on top of other things. I appreciate y'all's passion in the chat. I really do. But I do not think it is effective at the goal I would hope y'all are trying to accomplish. If your goal is to change a person's mind who obviously has an opinion that you find repulsive, you will not ever change that person's mind by yelling at them. It does not work.
I don't know. I yell at my kids all the time. They change their mind.
You're in a position of power. They are not.
What?
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.